how can we really achieve sustainable shipping? Certainly, there are a lot of efforts made already today, absolutely. But is this really going fast enough? Is the speed sufficient? What can we do to raise the speed towards sustainable shipping? And why? Why is it needed to make it grow faster? And of course it's difficult. We have to deal with economic situations, but sustainable shipping is another paragraph which needs attention. Why does it need attention? Well, we have one globe. That's where we all live on. That's what we all use, that's what we all enjoy, and that's what we all damage altogether. Our presence on our planet is damaging our own living area. So climate change is imminent or even going on, for sure. And how will that affect in the future our food chain? How will that affect the availability of fresh water? Will be the availability of fresh water the next geopolitical problem in the far future? Could be, I don't know. But definitely these elements are under threat. And you see the smileys there. That's the society, the civil society. I think the civil society, we want to have them happy. And we want to make sure that our planet is a good place to live. So what can we do as a maritime industry? I think we have to take responsibility. You can take responsibility. And of course, everything is depending on economic situations. But for the future, we have to take responsibility. When we talk about maritime transport, you can wonder, I can ask you the question, who is my customer? And of course, I don't have to ask you the question because you will give the answer right away, who your customer is. But there are also indirect customers. And do you know who is your indirect customer? Or did you ever thought about your indirect customer? Well, the indirect customer is the society, is the civil society. That are the people on the street. That are the people who are buying the goods in the shops, which you are transporting and which you are manufacturing. So these people are becoming more and more demanding. And I remember the first GREEN4SEA conference when I made a link to the society and that I said people want to have clean products. I got a lot of comments from the audience and they said, that's not the case, that's not happening here. And I made a reference to what I saw in my own country, that people literally are looking what's in that product. And what I notice now today is that not only in my own country, in many other countries, people are literally asking what's behind it, not what's in the product, but how did it came here, how it's manufactured. That's your indirect client, and they're becoming more and more demanding. So I think the visionary entrepreneur will be prepared for the future. So what will be the effects for the maritime industry? This is a card recently published by ESPO. And there you see the top 10 concerns of ports. And ports are playing a pivotal role in the maritime sector. And they are often located in densely populated areas. And here you see air quality, noise, relationship with the local community, garbage, water quality, direct elements that are related to the society and direct elements that are related to shipping. I also took the graph from the annual report from ESPO, and the annual report shows the period from 1996 to 2016, and it's interesting to see that water quality was an issue in 1996. It's gone from the agenda, but it's back on the agenda again over the last 3 years. And look what happens. Noise comes in 2004. And already in 2013 it's raising. And 2016 it's number 3 on the agenda. What you also see coming in 2009 is the relationship to the community. So the ports are concerned about the relationship to the community. And the ports is part of the industry you are dealing with. And they have a direct relationship to the community. So you will see that indeed the community is an indirect customer for you and is important. How can we solve that? Regulations? Yes, of course. Regulations would be the best to create a level playing field. But will regulations speed up sustainable shipping? Well, today we have two interesting subjects, or at least one interesting subject is ballast water. Well, how long are we talking about a proper legislation for ballast water? How long are we talking about proper legislation for ship demolition? Hong Kong Convention? Where are we? Where are we heading for? It's going too slow. It's really going too slow. So I think, of course, we need regulations to have a level playing field. But finally, we can take action ourselves. The visionary entrepreneur for the future takes action today. Be prepared. So actually, what we need is change. And it's always nice to do things odd than others are doing, and that makes you the visionary entrepreneur for the future. You cannot do that alone. You have to do that together. And I love this picture. Ants carrying together a big stick. When we work all together, when you work with your stakeholders, you can manage to let things happen. You can be ahead of legislation, or you even can make the criteria that will be adopted by legislation instead of waiting. And this is where the GreenForSea Foundation comes in, a program for inland barging and seagoing shipping, inland barging in Europe. And together with ports and incentive providers, we work together to make that extra step. In a balanced way, in an economical balanced way. And yes, the GreenForSea Foundation today is anchored in the industry. When we talk about the Green Award, it's a program that motivates ship owners to make an extra step. And the extra step is caused by our partners, the incentive providers, the parties, the ports, the marine service providers, and even banks that provide an incentive to the ships that are really going a step further. And recently we had 60 incentive providers, and today as we speak we have 66 incentive providers. So we all of a sudden see a rapid growth. We like to have thumbs up. Recently in the Netherlands for inland barging and also for small companies, the Rabobank, together with the European Investment Bank, they created a loan for sustainable investments by those companies. And when they are certified by a company that is seen by those bank and the investment bank as a good organization, a trustworthy organization, then they will get a reduction on the interest rate for that loan of 1.2%. The Green Award. We are very happy that last year Dimitris Mateou became our new chairman. And we thought it was time that the shipping industry chairs the Green Award Foundation themselves, the direct shipping companies. And together with Dimitris, we decided to change the course, and nicely the picture of Arcadia shows that we changed the course. We need more direct incentives, not only ports, but we need more incentives that directly have a benefit for the shipping company. Because often the port fees are paid by the charterer, and they will take the incentive. We want to motivate more shipping companies to join. We want to globalize the program, and we make the maritime cluster stronger. And recently, the most recent incentives that came in are Dynamarine, Alpha Marine, EPE, ERMA First, and Katradis, all Greek marine service providers that provide an incentive. And as the odd one in that list is Hudson Analytics, the qualified individual for the United States, the first incentive we have in the United States. So we are going to expand this list rapidly in the next 2 months. And then we have the Greek shipping companies in the program, the frontrunners in the industry on quality and safety. And, well, I don't name them all, but these are the companies which are enrolled to the program for quite a long time. It's about collaboration, I said, working together. So we also need to work together as a foundation. We cannot do the job ourselves alone. Of course, we have our own course, but we look to what's happening around us, and we try to embrace that and to find the synergies. And for that reason, we do work together with the World Ports Climate Initiative, which represents the environmental shipping index from the ports. And we also have a certain cooperation with RightShip. RightShip is granting an extra star in their program when your ship is certified by Green Award. Collaboration again, together, working together. So when you look to the whole program, not how we do our audits and not how we certify, but to all the certificate holders, the shipping companies and their crews, the incentive providers like ports and marine service providers, the governing bodies, which is the industry, the major industry parties like OCMF, SIGTO, Ajax, US Coast Guard, name it, they are all somewhere in our boards. They govern our program. It's not what we do ourselves. This whole connection of all those parties, this is the platform Green Awards that connects all these parties to make that extra step to the future. So Green Award acts as a platform. And the only thing I want to say is, don't miss the boat. Thank you very much.